My name is Wanjira Kariuki. I am a LinkedIn specialist. I help professionals and creators position their brands on LinkedIn by building authority and influence for personal growth. So ukitaka kujua how to build your brand on LinkedIn, I'm the person. And with me today, we are going to be discussing that same topic on how to build a bankable digital brand. And it will be a dishonor to not say that the lady I'm about to introduce was actually my boss, Nelly. I hope I'm carrying the legacy right. I used to work with Nelly at Left Media, and so Nelly Ndonye is the regional director at Left Media. I'll also invite up Michelle Okello, who's a senior product designer at Brighter Monday. And lastly, Elvis Warutumo. Bebeka ujawoch video zake. You better just go on his platform and subscribe right now. So Elvis Warutumo is a digital content creator. Thank you so much. We'll just start by quickly introducing ourselves, what you do, where you do it, and then we will go right straight into it in explaining what exactly is a bankable digital brand. Yeah, Nelly, we can start with you.
Good afternoon. I think we've all gotten my name. So I'll just say a bit about myself. I've been in digital marketing for over 20 years. Currently working with Turn Left, where our primary product is LinkedIn. We're a LinkedIn partner supporting all of Sub-Saharan Africa on everything LinkedIn. There are 4 different products, but I think today we're going to focus on the creator space and where you can unlock value as an individual or as a business from a content creation perspective. All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michelle Okello. I'm a senior product designer at Brighter Monday. Brighter Monday is basically one of the largest online job platforms where we are trying to bridge that gap between talent and opportunity, and I hope that we can talk about that today.
Good afternoon. My name is Elvis. I am a digital creator. I don't know how else to introduce myself, but let me just use that for now. And I'm happy that you're having the discussion on LinkedIn. I was telling Nyandia something interesting. When I just got here, I hit 100,000 followers on LinkedIn.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm happy to be here. Actually, it's the first time being in University of Nairobi. Mimi nilisomea Dedan Kimathi University. We didn't have buildings that have lifts that go to specific floors. So since I came here, and I have arrived with a boda to be very specific, I have spent the last 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get to this room. But I'm here. Sinipigiwe makofi.
Thank you. So we'll go right into it. I think any of you can pick this question that I had initially asked. In 2025, what exactly is a bankable digital brand? Is it the influence? Is it the partnerships? What does that mean to you? Nelly.
Okay, I think each of us can say 1 or 2 things. So I think what's a bankable brand is a brand that can make you money. How can you commercialize it? Is it commerciable? Like, he mentioned followers. Having a number of followers or a big community that's following you, that makes it commercially viable. What are the things that you have implemented on your profile to make it a tool that you can use to generate revenue? All right?
For me, a bankable digital brand is, can I trust what you're putting out there? Can I be loyal to that brand? Even as a partner who wants to work with you, can I look at you as more than just a transactional service, but I can look at you as a collaboration? So since I'm in the recruitment field, I'll say having a bankable brand is sort of being indispensable. Yeah.
Well, for me, I'll take a different approach and say that a bankable brand is an authentic brand. People who are not afraid of being real on social media. I think one of the biggest things that we have today is a lot of fake lifestyle on social media. So for me, I believe a bankable brand is a brand that is authentic. Authentic in the sense that you don't show a lot of fake stuff. Your content also has value. It's not about you. I always say that I also think a bankable brand is a brand that not only speaks about the person who owns the brand, is someone who uses the brand to impact other people, not themselves. Because after that, it's easy for people to get to trust you and buy from you, whether it's goods, services, or products.
I really like that. And just to piggyback on that, you know, once people can trust you and relate with you, I think you also grow your brand to the point where you become memorable, which is key when you're building this kind of brand. Michelle, I think in terms of building a bankable brand, you can build one for your career and also for your own personal growth. When it comes to building one, of course, you need to have a great profile. So I know Brighter Monday has tools and you're incorporating AI currently. You've incorporated AI to help people build personal profiles. So give us more insights and information about how Brighter Monday is helping, you know, what are they called? Candidates, yes, to build great online profiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to talk about this because I call this product my baby. It's something that we recently launched. So we launched an AI career tool. It's like a career assistant that helps candidates stand out. So the career tool has a CV builder, it has a cover letter builder, an interview prep. I think that's one of my best features because interviews are very nerve-wracking. Even coming here, I was very, very nervous. But this tool, it helps you have like an interview simulation with an actual person. So you're able to prep before going to the interviews. It has like an offer negotiator that can tell you, you're asking for 100,000, ask for 150 because this is the industry standard. So this is something that we have currently incorporated, and it's a tool that we are currently giving out to job seekers for free. So we have a campaign called Take Control, where you do a course, you get a certificate, and then you're able to access the tool for free for 1 month.
I like that. And as we go on, if you have any questions, please jot them down. We'll probably have an opportunity for 1 or 2 questions. Nelly, when you think about the platforms that people are on, we've just celebrated Elvis getting to 100,000 followers on LinkedIn. Other platforms seem better and faster in terms of accelerating growth for personal brands and generally even any type of brand. Is it really necessary to have a LinkedIn profile, first of all, from a personal perspective? If I'm big and popular on TikTok, on Instagram, on Snapchat, do I really need to have a LinkedIn profile?
Easy answer, yes.
Tell us more.
So you can be big on any platform, and your audience could respond to you in different platforms. But what you need to understand is that LinkedIn is a professional networking platform. This is what legitimizes you as a bankable brand, right? This is where the brand managers who are signing your contracts will come and verify what you've done. This is where you come to brag about the ROI you've achieved, the benefits you've delivered for brands, the experiences you've extended to people from your position as a content creator and influencer. So it's not about trying to grow your community on LinkedIn to continue influencing. It's about using it to grow your business or to grow you professionally. There are some people who, yes, LinkedIn is a place where they also make money, because you find that there are certain individuals who are maybe great speakers, public speakers, right? And the people who hire them or the people who they speak to are on LinkedIn. So they will build their communities on LinkedIn. But if you have your influence on TikTok, on X, on Snapchat, have your influence there, build it there, but also build your professional presence on LinkedIn, where you then interact with the buyers of your service, and that's where you legitimize yourself.
Yeah, to add on to that, I remember when I was starting my journey on positioning my brand on LinkedIn, someone I used to work with told me, mi sita post juu nimeona masiyo hawa post. And in this day and age, honestly, if that is the mindset, I think it needs to change, because I look at LinkedIn as an extension of your interaction with people. The same way you self-advocate at work. You see the way at work, you probably, you want to come off as the best, for those bonuses, for the promotions. You want to own your work and all that. So LinkedIn is just but an extension. So if you're not on LinkedIn, now is the time to start. It really still is the best time to start. An interesting statistic actually I came across is currently globally, only 1% are consistent on LinkedIn. Yes, people are on LinkedIn, but they're not consistent on the platform. And so that's some food for thought. Elvis, when you think about, you spoke to us about an authentic brand. I know consistency is also key, but picture this: a creator has come to you probably at zero. We actually have students here who may be thinking of, starting the journey to build their brands, and they've come to you for mentorship. What are the first 3 steps you would give them, practical and actionable, for them to start and kind of start seeing some growth? What do they need to have in mind?
Well, that's an interesting question, huh? First of all, because normally you tell people to think about your personality, first of all. I'm not a millennial myself, so I normally try and think about who is it? Who are you as a person generally? Sometimes me and Nyandia, we post on LinkedIn, and I post on relationships, and guys come blazing, hey, you should not be talking about this on LinkedIn. But that's my personality. And the funny thing is that I am able to get clients from that. First of all, understand yourself. You don't have to create a different image from who you are. What would you like to talk about? And you see, I also tell people that, first of all, appear authentically. If someone is to hire you, they're not going to be hiring you because of a lot of accreditations. They want to understand you as a person. So what you portray online should really be that. And a second thing I tell people all the time, especially when you come to me to ask me about maybe growing on LinkedIn or something like that, is content. And in 2025, I think majority of content consumers are consuming content to either get entertained, empowered, or even educated. The entertainment facet is actually so overwhelmed. So think about offering valuable content creation. And then number 3, how can you create content on a massive scale? For me, I tell guys, ChatGPT is probably one of the most basic tools to understand how to use to create content. How many guys know how to use ChatGPT over here? Yeah. Today, before I came here, I've already scheduled 7 posts on LinkedIn, and that's with the help of ChatGPT. And the funny thing is, people think that I've been posting on LinkedIn for 5 years. I started posting on LinkedIn consistently last year in 2024. I created the account in August 2023. So it's not a hard thing to really get to grow a bankable brand. But first of all, understand yourself. You might start creating content to please people until it is not pleasing enough, right? I tend to think there are content creators that at one point you see their post and you're like, this is too much, yeah? Because they're not their authentic self, right? Sure, your authentic self. People don't worry. They don't want to always be seeing you saying that you live in an expensive neighborhood. Tell them you have rent problems so that they can see that you have problems like us. Tell them kama wanyama today disappointed you. The funny thing is, some of these jobs, I've gotten a gig with several companies in Kenya just by me posting authentic stuff on social media. Recently, I think you guys saw the issue of the president trending because of the shoe. Yeah? Wangapi waliona hiyo story? Now, you are also able to pick up trending things and use them to your benefit. So me, I went and I generated an image of AI, nikirushiwa kiatu. And that image went viral in Kenya. So be creative, be authentic, use AI to create content on a massive scale. And most important, create content not only to please yourself, but to impact the people around you. That is your fellowship generally. Yeah.
Now, and sorry to put you in the spotlight, to impact the people around, are you offering mentorship?
Mentorship in terms of?
Can you offer a creator mentorship? A creator who's looking to start?
I have like millions of them I'm doing mentorship for. I think mentorship for me is, let me get you started and you pick it up from there.
Yeah.
I don't have to be telling you. So me, what I do is I come, I help you find your content buckets or your content pillar. We come up with a content calendar. I tell you, post. At the end of the day, it's not about timelines. It's about you being relevant, consistent, and offering value.
Fantastic. Is there a student or someone in the audience who has not started their journey and would like to get mentorship? Sai tu loki kitu. Araka araka. Anyone going once? Oh, there. We have someone. So, what's your name? Jane Wanjiko. Okay, we'll make sure you connect with Elvis. And thank you so much, Elvis. I'll come back to you with regards to Brighter Monday. I know and you spoke about tools for personal brand development. So do you have tools that can connect creators to brands currently?
So Brighter Monday majorly focuses on job matching and recruitment. So what we try to do, we try to promote brand visibility. So we have our career profile where we tell job seekers, come in, create your profile, fill it up to 100% because there's always someone looking. So when employers come in to post jobs, they're looking for a specific skill and you've put in the skill that you have, you're there and we find you quickly. Because remember, we are also matching. We are trying to break that gap between talent and opportunity. So you have the talent, the employer has the opportunity, we link the both of you. So what we also do, there are people, they are really good with what they do, but they do not have the soft skills to actually put themselves out there. So what we are trying to do also, we have trainings. We have a learning platform where we give job seekers training or creatives. You can come in, you do not know how to create your CV or to put yourself out there when you go for an interview. These trainings actually help you to sort of put your value proposition better. So we do the trainings every week that people come in masses. You get a certificate, you unlock every tool that is there on Brighter Monday, and it sort of puts you, because we are in a very competitive market and I want the person who has the most to offer. So if I'm the shiniest diamond, I'll definitely pick that one.
All right. I'll ask Nelly a question and then we'll go to the audience. Probably prepare your questions. We'll just stick around too. Nelly, what are some of the most underestimated yet so powerful tools for creators on LinkedIn that, one who's already creating, who may not have adequate information, can take advantage of and actually see returns in terms of opportunities, both monetary and, jobs?
Okay, there's a couple of things. So first, being clear on what you want to achieve will then determine the best tools for you. But just at the top, first is analytics. LinkedIn gives a lot of analytics. You're able to see who's looking at you, who's looking at your content, who wants to connect with you, who wants to follow you. You've got that kind of insight. When you apply for roles, you're also able to see what those insights are around, who else applying for that role, how fit are you for that role. I would also say if you're trying to first position yourself to be an attractive brand, you want to think about first having a community that's relevant to your goal. So are you connecting with the right people? And do you have, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this, there's a difference between a connect button and a follow button on your profile, right? If you're looking to connect, LinkedIn has a limit of the number of people you can connect with. It's actually about 30,000. I know they keep revising it up in batches, but it's last I checked, it's at 30,000. But when it comes to followers, there's no limit. That's why he can get to 100,000 followers. So you need to make sure you've got the right button there at the top, the right call to action, so that you're building the right community. Most people, if they're trying to build a network of people they know, you want to have the connect button. But if you're trying to build a portfolio of influence, then you want to have the follow button, because you want people to follow you so that you can create content for them, so that you can influence them in one way or the other. So that's the first tool that you need to, or let me say the second, because I said analytics, then there's a follow connect. Number 3 is the newsletter. Now, we are all posting, we're all creating great content, or let's just say the 1% are posting very consistently. There's another percentage of us who are posting inconsistently. But are you taking people through a journey? Are you telling a story? And that's where the newsletter comes in. Building a community that actually is interested in what you say, and they're interested in following that story and how far it goes. So say, for example, you're an influencer on even a different channel, on X, on TikTok, on whatever channel. Every time you complete a particular, project, you do a quick case study that could be a one-pager, and you share it in your newsletter. And you talk about what are the highs, the lows, how did you achieve this, what was your strategy behind it, and you keep building this. What you start doing is building top-of-mind awareness with the right audience, so that when they're ready to make a decision on who they should bring on board as their influencer, they have you top of mind. So those 3 tools are the most important to start off with, just to make sure that speaking to the right audience and building the right community, keeping track of the stats that you're building over time, and telling a story to a consistent audience that can then eventually convert to being your clients.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for those insights. To the audience, do we have any questions? There's a question here.
So, hi everyone. Once again, I'm Ismail, a student. So my question is to Mr. Elvis. So at the Nairobi Startup Summit, you talked about value-driven content, whereby share personal experience with your content to connect to your audience. At the Web Summit, you talked of what you've just talking about recently. As you're posting, you're not impacting yourself, you're impacting others. So in a world whereby virality rewards trend jumping, and where the algorithm can easily tempt you to chase noise, how do you maintain visibility with your own values? Thank you.
You said your name is Ismail. That's a good question, huh? Well, for me, I think that's why I think it's purposeful driven kind of content creation, where you don't allow trends, or you don't allow the noise that is out there to dictate how you want to live, or how do you even want to create your own content. It's several times that I've sat down and thought, what if I started showing my girlfriend on social media? What if I started showing you road trips? But at the end of the day, is it fulfilling to me or fulfilling to you? Yeah. And you see, I think at this point and at this day and age, you have to also look at what people are looking for. I honestly think so many people are tired of the noise, especially with all the lifestyle kind of content creation and everything. People now are looking for, what can you tell me that is going to help me? That's why you're realizing that old comedians in Kenya are now not, I don't know, let me not call them old because they're still young. What they're doing right now is they're starting podcasts. Have you noted that? They're doing podcasts. They're appearing on shows to talk about valuable stuff because they've realized right now people are already tired of the mashangi gimmicks. They're now looking for something that, what can you tell me that is going to change my life? Yes, you're showing us you and your wife, right? How did you get there? I don't want to see what you have because you got there. How did you get there? You get. So for me, I don't allow the noise. I also live a very authentic life. And authenticity on social media has to be the same thing on the ground. Kama una gari, it's okay. You don't have to show people that you have to hire a vehicle to maintain a lifestyle. People will eventually get tired of that, right? I mean, look at, there's a guy called Lenny on TikTok. How many guys watch him? I love his content. Anakuanga mwizi wa simu, yeah? You've seen his content. I honestly find the creativity in that, and I'm like, dude, this guy is like, right, that's a thing I can relate with. And he's doing it in a way that enyewe ni mwizi, right? Then there's another guy this guy wa kuimba ngoma fulani ya Okello, yeah? Yeah, like if you watch such guys, you're like, enyewe, this dude is like showing you like enyewe sijui kuimba, but hata mimi nimekuwa nikingoja hiyo ngoma ireleasiwe because this is like authentic, right? Because if you look at comedy and entertainment in the past, it was, you know, let me take you to my bedsitter, nikuonyeshe my Range Rover. I mean, we're tired of that, yeah? So for me, I don't ever allow the noise out there. Care about the people you're creating content for. And that's why for me, like, I would rather not make money from brands, but impact at least one university student who is going to be like, I've started learning a skill because of you, my guy. No. So if I care about you, and I care about like 100,000 others, you guys will be the ones. Like for example, leo, nikishikwa niambiwe nifungiwe nyumba rent, nitoe kape bill, si mtanipea 50 bob, si ndio? Ni kweli ama nitabaki nimekauka? I'm not saying I have rent problems, yeah? I'm just saying that with valuable content creation, it's easy for people to take money from their pockets. In fact, majority of my money is not even made by brands. It is made from you guys. Like, I normally hold classes and courses, right? Nalipisha 2,500. I want to tell you honestly, there's one time we've done 1 million within 1 month. Just from you guys. You get like 400 students attend your classes. Sometimes I charge 1,500 shillings for a class and it gets 100 people. That's how much? That's 150,000. Did you have that money? So ideally, I care about you, all right? And then you will be like, I want to learn more from you. So you will chuck money from your pocket. But I ignore the noise, personally. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you, Elvis. Any other question? There's a question on that side.
Hi, my name is Bugunku. I'm a student, and my question would be directed to Michelle. You mentioned a certificate program that Bright Amanda is working on. Is it already in session, and how are people accessing the program? If it is in session, that is.
Okay. Thank you. So when I say certificate program, it's like we offer learning programs. So these are short courses that you can do in an hour, in 2 hours. It is very self-paced. So there are very many courses. I remember when we started, Mr. Joseph said, content creation is entrepreneurship. We have an entrepreneurship course. So these are courses that are on our learning platform. So we have a booth set out there. So you can come and talk to us. We'll be able to show you how to enroll for courses. We have QR codes that take you directly to the courses. So you don't have to go through all the hurdles. So once you're done with the course, it is your pace, at your pace. So once you're done, you get a certificate. Once you get a certificate on your Brighter Monday platform, then we give you an AI career tool for free. So it is that simple. Yeah, so come talk to us. There's a tagline they told me to say, tap into our platform. So come talk to us and we'll be able to tell you more about how to go about it. Yeah.
All right. I think because of time, we'll just do a quick round of a parting shot in terms of giving people practical nuggets and advice on building a bankable digital brand, especially in 2025, and what that means to them, both from a personal perspective and from a career perspective. Nelly, I'll start. Too bad. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'll leave you with 3 key things to think about. One, and selfishly, mine will be specific to LinkedIn. So first, be present. Be present on the platform. Create a profile. Don't wait till you get a job. Don't wait when you're changing jobs. Don't wait when you need an opportunity to create a page. Start now. Even if you're a student, look at it this way. There's volunteer activities that you're doing, list those. There is community activities you're doing, list those. Start so that you can start building a community of the people you're engaging with at that level, and then build them over time as you continue to engage. So 1, be present. Number 2, I'll double down on authenticity. Authenticity doesn't necessarily mean being revealing all your secrets. Authenticity is just about presenting your true self. Don't worry about creating amazing boss-like content on LinkedIn. Look at it as a perspective of presenting your real, true best self. Content on LinkedIn should be similar to the way you engage in the office. I've had some interesting questions being asked around here, and I hear some of your students. We've discussed contracts, we've discussed content creation. This simple conversation you're having, these concerns that you have, these experiences you have, documenting and reporting this on LinkedIn is what content engagement is and what creating content on LinkedIn is. And finally, consistency. Most platforms reward you for consistency more than quantity. LinkedIn is one platform that definitely rewards you for consistency more than quantity. So if you cannot create 2 pieces, 10 pieces of content every day, don't start there. If you feel you can do 2 pieces of content a week and you can do that consistently, then that's what you do. Don't try and overwhelm yourself by being 100% from the start. So if it's once a week that you feel comfortable with, then do that and be consistent, and that's what you'll get rewarded for. Thank you for having me today.
Mine would be find your niche. You'll find as content creators, we want to be everywhere. So you'll find people at the office call me our resident content creator. I create content for fun. So I'll create content about everything and not design. So for me, remember, it's for fun. But for someone who wants to do this as something that actually is a job, find your niche and stick to that. So you're on LinkedIn and you're posting, post something that is relevant to what you want people to engage with. And I will also say network with intentionality. So when you're trying to reach out to brands, the decision makers are going to be finding them on LinkedIn. So you network with intentionality with the content that you are also posting. And the last one, building a bankable digital brand, that being authentic, storytell. For me, I think it's something that has worked for me. I don't just post my designs or this is what we did at Brighter Monday. I try to tell a story. I tell them I am my authentic self. I tell them that I actually went and spoke to job seekers and they told us your website sucks. They did not say that, but that's an example. Like, your website is not nice, do this. So I take people through the journey. What was my thought process while I was doing this? So I'm trying to make everyone feel like they have a voice with my designs. So I think be your authentic self, engage with intentionality. That would be that from me. And thank you for having me as well.
My turn, huh? Okay. No, I think for me, I'll say, don't be nice on social media. Don't be nice. Yeah. There's a book called Nice What? Huh? Is it girls something don't get the what? Well, I shoot my content in the corner office of my house, but let me tell you one thing. Yeah? I think people are tired of dishonest conversations on social media. Like if you walk around and you see a kanjo misbehaving, yeah? I'm not saying that you start ranting at them, but don't be nice. I mean, we're in a country where you've realized, like in 2025, when we had these demonstrations, yeah, history ya maandamano, how did it happen? It happened through what? Social media. Don't be nice, right? And be your authentic self. But I'm not saying you start insulting people on social media. You have to get that. Your bosses might be looking and they might fire you. But I'm saying that if you're in that point where you probably do something like impacting people, think about that. Then I think number 2 is build. As a creator, I'll give you a recommendation. How many people watch YouTube? There's a guy called Dan Cole, Dankoe. Please go and watch that guy. Like, as a young creator, focus on building, right? I normally tell people, you know guys, mimi nilikuwa comedian. Do you guys believe that? I used to be a comedian. It was not funny. Oh, that's funny. I was a comedian. Like, if you go to my TikTok, I started posting on TikTok like 3 years back. I was a comedian. Until someone DM'd me and told me anapenda ujinga yangu. And I was like, hey, And the way I spend a lot of time researching these jokes, unapenda ujinga yangu. And I changed my content creation style in January 2023. So you build pole pole. Finally, I think for me it is always a good day to learn a skill. In as much as you're creating content online, can you sell something online and people buy your services? Can you sell photography services? Can you sell videography services? Can you sell content creation services? Can you become a consultant? So in as much as you're creating content, can you provide a service? Like mimi sahi nikimaliza hapa, I know I'm going to do a job na nilipwe 2,000. It's little I know, maybe you might think that, by the way, I normally do jobs za Canva. I normally design posters for Canva. Some of your events in Campo, I've done several posters for universities of Nairobi. And these guys pay me 1,000 bob. So, if you're a creator, know how to do something, sell your services online. Thank you, and I'm so happy to have been in the University of Nairobi for the first time.
Thank you so much to our panelists for offering those strategic insights. To our audience, thank you so much for your time. And I'll just leave you with one thing. That opportunity that you're waiting for is already watching you. You just need to start showing up strategically. Thank you. Wanjira Kariuki is my name.
Over and out. Thank you, Wanjira. Thank you, panelists. That was an amazing, amazing session.